What if I told you that one of the safest, most peaceful countries on Earth sits right on top of a geologically active zone filled with volcanoes and glaciers? Welcome to Iceland, where the natural landscape is dramatic, but the society is calm, stable, and remarkably safe. Why is Iceland so peaceful? What makes this remote island nation consistently rank as the most peaceful country in the world? Let's find out. First, Iceland has no military. That's right, no standing army, navy, or air force. Instead, defense is handled through international agreements, mainly with NATO. This absence of a military isn't a sign of weakness. It's a reflection of how stable and secure Iceland is. With a small population, low threat level, and little involvement in global conflicts, Iceland has focused its resources elsewhere, like healthcare, education, and renewable energy. But that's just the beginning. Iceland consistently ranks #1 on the Global Peace Index, and it's not just because of its lack of military. The country has extremely low crime rates, especially violent crime. Homicides are incredibly rare. Gun ownership exists, but it's tightly regulated and mainly for sport or farming use. Even the police don't usually carry firearms. There's also strong social trust. People often leave their cars unlocked, and it's not uncommon to see strollers with sleeping babies left outside cafes, a level of trust that might seem unbelievable elsewhere. It comes down to equality. Iceland is known for being one of the most gender-equal societies in the world. In fact, it was the first country to elect a female president, not just of Iceland, but of any country in the world back in 1980. Its parliament, the Althing, is one of the oldest still in existence, dating all the way back to the year 930. That long history of democracy matters. Icelanders take civic responsibility seriously, and trust in public institutions remains high. Education and literacy are nearly universal. Healthcare is accessible. The economy, while relatively small, is stable. And because the country runs almost entirely on renewable energy, thanks to its geothermal and hydropower resources, it doesn't rely on foreign energy sources that can cause geopolitical tension. Now, isolation helps too. Iceland is far from most major population centers, with just around 400,000 people total. There are no land borders to defend. This geographic distance naturally limits exposure to international disputes or conflict spillovers. Tourism brings people in, but Iceland maintains tight control over immigration and customs. So while it's welcoming, it's also well organized. And let's not forget culture. Iceland has a strong national identity rooted in language, literature, and folklore. Community matters. While people are independent, there's a deep sense of collective care and resilience, likely shaped by centuries of surviving harsh winters and volcanic landscapes. When crises do hit, like the 2008 financial collapse, Iceland's approach is often direct and community-focused. It jailed bankers, restructured debt, and rebuilt trust without resorting to unrest or violence. Peace in Iceland isn't just the absence of war. It's a combination of education, social cohesion, low inequality, smart governance, and a shared understanding that everyone has a part to play. There's no perfect country. But Iceland shows what's possible when a society chooses cooperation over conflict. So, why is Iceland so peaceful? Because it was built that way with intention, trust, and the understanding that safety isn't just something you defend, it's something you create. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed. Have you ever been to Iceland? Let us know in the comments below.